So today's topic is adjoint and inverse of a matrix. Under this topic we are going to learn adjoint of a matrix and its theorem, inverse of a matrix, its theorem and algorithm, some useful results on invertible matrices, elementary transformation and theorem and examples. So let us first start with the adjoint of a matrix. Let A is equal to Aij be a square matrix of order n, and let Cij be the cofactor matrix of Aij in A. Then transpose of the matrix of cofactors of elements of A is called the adjoint of A, and it is denoted by ADJA. Thus, adjoint A is equal to transpose of the cofactor matrix. Now I will explain you one example that how to find the adjoint of A. So now the question is given, we have been provided with the A matrix and we have to find the adjoint of A. So what the definition says, that it is a transpose of the cofactor matrix. So first of all we will find the cofactors of all the elements of A, and then we will frame the cofactor matrix, and then we will find the adjoint of A. Okay, so first of all what we are supposed to do, we have to find the cofactors. C11. Okay, so what is C11? Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, minus, right? First positive sign will come. Leave the, if I am taking the cofactor of this, leave the corresponding row and column. 1, 2, minus 3, 3, which is equal to 3 minus minus 6, which is equal to 9. Okay. Now C12 minus sign will come. Now I am taking the cofactor of this, so leave the corresponding row and column. 2 minus 1 minus 3, 3. So which is equal to minus of 6 minus 3, which is equal to minus 3. Okay. Now C13, which is equal to again plus. What will come here? This matrix. Leave the corresponding row and column. 2 minus 1, 1, 2. Which is equal to 4 minus of minus 1 equals to 5. Okay. Similarly, we can find the cofactors of others. So check C21. Again minus sign will come. C plus, minus, plus, minus. So alternate negative positive signs will come. Okay. So C21 I am talking about this. Corresponding row and column will be left out. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what it is coming? Minus 3 minus 2 means minus 1. C22, what will come? Plus. This element I am taking, leave the corresponding row and column. So you are left with 1, 1, minus 1, 3. Okay. So what will come here? 3 minus of minus 1 means it is 4. Okay. Similarly, we can find the other elements. So now these are my cofactors, and I will frame the now cofactor matrix. Cij matrix I am framing. Okay. So what it will become? 9 minus 3, 5, 5 minus 1. Okay. What is the adjoint? Adjoint of A is equal to Cij transpose. Okay. So what I will do? I will write the transpose of it. What is the meaning of transpose? Means my rows will become the column and column will become the rows. Okay. So it means 9. This is my row. R1, R2, R3. So R1 will become C1. So minus 3, 5, minus 1. Is that clear? So adjoint A, what you have to do? First of all, you have to find the cofactors, then frame the cofactor matrix, transpose it, so you will get the adjoint of A. Similarly, you can do for 2 cross 2 matrix. So now let us check the example for 2 cross 2. So we have been given the matrix A, B, C, D, and I have to find the adjoint of capital A. Okay. So first of all, cofactors I will find. So C11 will be D, C12 will be 1, 2, this element. Read the corresponding row and column. Minus C, A. Okay. So now what is my Cij matrix? D minus C minus B, A. Okay. I have to find adjoint of A, which is nothing but Cij transpose. which is nothing but D minus C minus B A transpose. Transpose means rows will become column and column will become rows. So D minus C minus B A. Now just check it over here. So my diagonal elements have been interchanged in 2 cross 2 matrix, and the off diagonal elements are followed by minus sign, right? So it's very easy to calculate the adjoint of 2 cross 2 matrix. What you will do? You will interchange the diagonal elements and off diagonal elements will be followed by minus sign. So now there is one theorem related to it. Let A be a square matrix of order n, then A into adjoint A is equal to determinant A into identity matrix of order n equals to adjoint of A into A. Okay, so say for example, if you have to find adjoint A into A or A into adjoint A, you can simply calculate the determinant of the matrix and multiply the identity matrix of the same order. So now the next topic is inverse of a matrix. A square matrix of order n is invertible if there exists a square matrix B of same order such that AB is equal to identity of order n equals to BA. In such case, we say that inverse of A is B and we write A inverse is equal to B. Now there are certain theorems related to it. We are not going to prove all the theorems. Just I will tell you the statements of the theorem. Every invertible matrix possesses a unique inverse. If A is invertible matrix, then A inverse is equal to A. A square matrix is invertible if and only if it is non-singular. So what does it follow? If it is a singular matrix, there won't be any inverse of that matrix. What is singular matrix? If the determinant is 0. Okay. So now how we find out inverse? There is an algorithm to it. I'll explain you the steps. So what are the steps? First you have to find determinant of A. If the determinant A is equal to 0, then A is singular, inverse will not exist. Else if A is non-singular, hence it is invertible, then we have to find the cofactors of A and then we have to find the adjoint of A. Adjoint of A means we have to transpose the cofactor matrix. And then for finding the inverse, A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant A into adjoint A. So let us solve one example. So this is my matrix and I will find A inverse for it. Okay. So first of all, what we have to do? Major and most important step, first find out the determinant of A. If it comes out to be 0, no need to find cofactors and everything. Then the inverse does not exist only. Okay. So first of all, we'll calculate the determinant. So 8 minus of minus 3, which is equal to 8 plus 3 equals to 11, which is not equal to 0. Hence, A inverse exists. This is a condition for the inverse to exist if your determinant is not equal to 0. Now, what we have to do? We have to find the cofactors. Okay. So what is my C11? It is 4. C12 is minus 3. C21 is, what is C21? Minus of minus 1, that is plus 1, and C22 is 2. Okay. So now I have to find adjoint of A, okay, which is nothing but Cij matrix transpose. So first I will frame the Cij matrix. What is my Cij matrix? 4 minus 3, 1, 2, transpose. Okay, so what you are getting here? 4 minus 3, 1, 2. Okay. So interchange of the diagonal elements and off diagonal elements are followed by the minus sign. Okay. Now A inverse equals to adjoint A divided by determinant of A. Okay. So what is my determinant? 1 by 11. So this can be written as 1 by 11, 4, 1, minus 3, 2. this is the inverse of the given matrix A. So what procedure we have followed? First of all, we will calculate the determinant. After determinant, cofactors, then adjoint. Adjoint is nothing but the transpose of the cofactor matrix, and then A inverse. A inverse is equal to adjoint of A divided by the determinant of A. Okay. Now we'll solve one question for 3 cross 3 matrix to find the inverse. So now this is my 3 cross 3 matrix and I have to find the inverse. So first, again, determinant. Okay. Determinant of A. So 2, leave the corresponding row and column. 4 minus 1, minus of minus 1. Leave the corresponding row and column. Minus 2, minus of minus 1. Plus 1. Leave the corresponding row and column. 1 minus 2. Okay. So what you are getting here? 2 3s are 6. Here you are getting minus 1. Here you are getting minus 1. So it is coming 4, which is not equal to 0. So hence A inverse exists. Okay. Now we have to find the cofactors. C11, we will start with the positive sign. So 4 minus 1, 3. C12 minus of. So minus 2 plus 1, which is equal to 1. C13 equals to positive sign. So what you are getting here, 1 minus 2 means minus 1. C21 you are getting, leave the corresponding row and column, minus of minus 2 plus 1 means 1. Now we will find out C22. C22, this part, right? Leave the corresponding row and column, plus 4 minus 1. So what you are getting? 3. C23 minus sign. C23, C minus 2 plus 1. So what you are getting here? Minus of minus 1 means 1. C31, what will be plus sign? See, alternate negative positive signs are coming. Okay. So C31 is 1 minus 2 minus 1. C32, so minus 2 plus 1, 1. C33. Okay. So what we are getting? C33 as 4 minus 1, 3. Okay. Now I will frame the cofactor matrix. So adjoint A is equal to cofactor matrix transpose. So frame the cofactor matrix. 3, 1, minus 1, 1, 3, 1, minus 1, 1, 3, and transpose of it. So what is the adjoint here? The rows will become column and column will become rows. So 3, 1, minus 1, 1, 3, 1, minus 1, 1, 3. Okay. Now my A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A adjoint of A. So what was my determinant? 4. So it means 1 by 4. Okay. 3, 1, minus 1, 1, 3, 1, minus 1, 1, 3. So this is my required A inverse. So what I have done? Determinant. If determinant is not equal to 0 means non-singular matrix, A inverse will exist. When A inverse exists, you have to find the cofactors, frame the cofactor matrix, transpose it, get the adjoint, then A inverse is equal to adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. So now I will tell you some useful results on invertible matrices. First is cancellation law. Let A, B, C be square matrices of order n. If A is non-singular matrix, then AB is equal to AC implies B is equal to C. This is left cancellation law. If BA is equal to CA, that implies also B is equal to C, but this is right cancellation law. Okay. Now next is reversal law. Okay. If A and B are invertible matrices of same order, then AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. Next is, if A is an invertible square matrix, then A transpose is also invertible. and A transpose inverse is equal to A inverse transpose. Next is the inverse of an invertible symmetric matrix is also symmetric matrix. Next is let A be a non-singular square matrix of order n, then determinant of adjoint A is equal to determinant of A to the power n minus 1. Let us see one example on this. So we have been given A as an invertible matrix, its order is 3 and determinant of A is 5. So we have to find the determinant of adjoint A. Okay. So just now I told you in the property, if I have a matrix of order n, then how we find determinant of adjoint A? Determinant of A to the power n minus 1, right? Here order is 3, right? And determinant A is 5, right? So determinant of adjoint A will be equal to 5 raised to the power 3 minus 1, means 5 square, which is equal to 25. If A and B are non-singular square matrix of same order, then adjoint AB is equal to adjoint of B into adjoint of A. If A is an invertible square matrix, then adjoint of A transpose is equal to adjoint A transpose. The adjoint of a symmetric matrix is also a symmetric matrix. If A is a non-singular square matrix, then adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A raised to the power n minus 2 into A. Moreover, if A is a non-singular matrix of order n, then determinant of adjoint A is equal to determinant of A n minus 1 whole square. Now, if A is a non-singular matrix, then determinant of A inverse is equal to determinant of A inverse, that is equal to 1 upon determinant of A. So now we'll find the inverse of a matrix when it satisfies some matrix equation. Okay. So let us see one example. So now we have been given A matrix as this, which satisfies the equation x square minus 6x plus 17 equals to 0. Hence find A inverse. Okay. So first of all, we'll check whether it satisfies this equation or not. So it means what we have to show, A square minus 6A plus 17I equals to null matrix, right? So first of all, I'll find A square, which is nothing but equal to product of the matrices twice. So it will become 4 minus 9 minus 5. This into this. Second column. So minus 6 minus 12 minus 18. 6 plus 12, 18. Okay. Minus 9 plus 16. I'll substitute in the equation. So our equation is A square minus 6A plus 17I, which is equal to, substitute the values, minus 5, minus 18, 18, 7. Minus 6, what is the value of A? 2, minus 3, 3, 4. Plus 17I, 1, 0, 0, 1. Check it. Minus 5, minus 18, 18, 7. Scalar multiplication we are doing here. 12 plus 17. Now we'll solve the matrix. Minus 5 minus 7 minus 24 plus 17. Okay. So basically I am getting a null matrix 0, 0, 0, 0. My matrix A satisfies this equation. Now using this I have to find A inverse. I don't have to use the traditional method of finding A inverse, means finding the determinant and finding the cofactors. Whenever your matrix is satisfying any equation, you have to use this equation and find the inverse. Okay. Now just check it how to do it. So now what I am going to do, I will keep my identity matrix this side and rest I will keep to other side. Okay. So 17I is equal to minus A square plus 6A. Okay. And I will pre-multiply by A inverse both the sides. A inverse I minus A inverse A square plus 6 A inverse A. Okay, so what it will become? If you multiply any matrix with the identity matrix, we get the same matrix. This is associativity, right? So A inverse A will become identity, and this is identity matrix. Minus A plus 6i. So my A inverse is equal to 1 by 17 minus A plus 6i. Okay, so basically what I have done, I have kept my 17i means constant term with identity matrix here, and rest I have sent to the other side. Then I have pre-multiplication with A inverse I have done. Okay, A inverse A is equal to identity. Here also A inverse A into A will come, that will become identity into A, and A inverse into identity will become A inverse. Okay, now we will substitute the values of A and identity and we'll find the value of A inverse. So minus, what is my A matrix? 2, minus 3, 3, 4. Okay, plus 6 times of identity matrix will become 6, 0, 0, 6. Okay, now we will solve this. So basically what I am getting, minus 2 plus 6, 4, plus 3 plus 0, 3, minus 3, 0, minus 3, minus 4 plus 6, 2, done. So this is my required A inverse for the given matrix. That's all for this topic. Now we'll do the next method of solving the inverse. So just now we learned the inverse of a matrix in a traditional way, right? Now we will learn the matrix inverse by elementary transformation. There are 3 operations applied on the rows or column of matrix which are known as elementary transformation. First is interchange of any 2 rows. Okay, is your elementary transformation. Second is multiplying all the elements of a row or column of a matrix by a non-zero scalar is also an elementary transformation. And third is adding to the elements of a row or column the corresponding elements of any other row or column multiplied by an scalar. That is also an elementary row transformation, right? We have used all these things in the properties of the determinant. Same thing we are going to use in the matrix. Elementary matrix. A matrix obtained from an identity matrix by a single elementary transformation is called an elementary matrix. Theorem 1. Every elementary row transformation of an M cross N matrix can be obtained by pre-multiplication or post-multiplication with the corresponding elementary matrix obtained from the identity matrix by subjecting it to the same elementary row or column transformation. What theorem 2 says? See, it's a very important theorem, theorem 2. Generally, it is asked in the competitive exams. So, let C is equal to AB be the product of 2 matrices. Any elementary row or column transformation of AB can be obtained by subtracting the pre-factor or post-factor to the same elementary column transformation. So, say for example, if C is equal to AB is the product of the matrix and I want a row transformation in that. So, it will be in A, pre-factor, right? And if I am applying a column transformation, it will be in B. Okay. So, let us see one example. This is my question. Use elementary column operation. C2 tends to C2 minus C1 in this matrix. So, when we are talking about column operation, just now I told you the theorem. What we have to do? We have to make a change on the left hand side in this matrix. Okay. Say for example, this is C is equal to AB. Right? So, A is my pre-factor, B is my post-factor. So, whenever it is column, it has to be the change in B. Okay? And here you definitely in the left hand side you will make the change. Okay? So, how you are going to change? Okay, so we have C2 minus 2 C1s. This is my C2, right? And here this is my C2. So, there will be the change. This is my column 1, column 2, column 1 will be copied as it is. Okay? And I have to apply C2 minus 2 C1. So, C2 first element is 2 minus 2 into C1. Clear? This is what? 3 minus 2 into 3 equals to Pre-factor will be copied as it is. Now we'll make a change in post-factor. So this is my column 2. In this I have to make a change, right? So 0 minus 2 into 2. 2 from this and 2 from here. 1 minus 2 into 1. Okay. So now what you are getting? 4, 3, 2 minus 8, 3 minus 6 equals to 1, 2, 0, 3, 2, 1 minus 4, 1 minus 2. Okay. So basically what you are getting? 4, 3 minus 6 minus 3, 1, 0, 2, 3, 2, 1 minus 4 minus 1. So what we have done? In left hand side we have one column, so we'll make the change in that. In the right hand side we have to make a change in the post factor. Just now we did the column operation, right? Now I will tell you how to do the row operation in the matrix equation, right? So we have to make a change in row 2. Okay, so this is my row 2 here, right? And I told you whenever it is the multiplication of the matrices, you will make a change in the first matrix, okay, in the prefactor. So this is the row 2 for the prefactor. Okay, so let us now make a change. 11 minus 6. This is R2 minus thrice of R1. Okay, minus 4 plus 3 into 6 equals to 1, 3, 0 minus 3 into 1, and this will become 2 minus 3 into 3, and the second matrix will be copied as it is. Okay, so now it has become 11 minus 6. What this will become? Minus 27. What is this? 14. This is 1 minus 3, 3 minus 7, and this will be copied as it is. Is that clear? So whenever it is a column operation in the matrix equation, it has to be done in the post factor. Whenever it is the row operation, it has to be done the prefactor. Post factor means second matrix, prefactor means first matrix. So now we are going to move to the inverse of a matrix by elementary transformation. So now what we have to do? Step 1, obtain the square matrix, say A of order n. Step 2, write A is equal to identity matrix of order n into A. Step 3, perform a sequence of elementary row operations successively on A on the left hand side and the prefactor in on the right hand side till we obtain the result in is equal to BA. Step 4, write A inverse is equal to B. So now we have to find the inverse of the given matrix by elementary transformation. Now guys, be very careful when I am talking about elementary transformation. Either you can use row transformation or column transformation. You can't use both the transformation in the same question. Okay, so we are starting with the row transformation. A is equal to IA. Just now I told you the algorithm. According to that we are going. So 1, 3, 2, 7. I will take here identity matrix of order 2 because here my A is of order 2. See, if your A11 is not 1, so first try to make A11 is 1. Then your question becomes very easy. And secondly, that A21 should become 0, means all the element except A11 in the first column should become 0. So now what operation I am going to do? R2 tends to R2 minus 2R1. Okay, 1, 3 as it is. This I will write 2 minus 2 into 1. 2, second element of R2 minus 2 into 1. Okay, this will become 7 minus 2 into 3. Is that clear? Now 1, 0, 0 minus 2, 1. Okay, 1 minus 2 into 0, A. Right? So basically what I am getting? 1, 2 minus 2, 0, 3, 7 minus 6, 1, equals to 1, 0, minus 2, 1. A. Now again, see, I have reached up to the level 1, 0, 1, right? This I have to make 0, means I have to convert this into identity matrix, right? So now R1 tends to R1 minus 3 R2. Okay. So you have understood how I am operating here. Similarly here. So 1 minus 3 into 0. 3 minus 3 into 1. 0 and 1 will be copied as it is because there is no change. Okay. Here it will be 1 minus 3 into minus 2. And this is 0 minus 3 into 1. Okay. Minus 2, 1, A as it is. Right. So now what I am getting? Look here. 1, 0, 0, 1 equals to what I am getting here? 7 minus 2 minus 3, 1, A. Right. So what is my A inverse now? So A inverse is equal to, so I have got I is equal to BA. Right? This is the form I is equal to BA. So I can write A inverse is equal to B. So A inverse is equal to, what is my B matrix? This is my B matrix. 7 minus 3 minus 2, 1. So this is the way you find inverse of a matrix by elementary transformation. Now we'll do one 3 cross 3 matrix. So this is my 3 cross 3 matrix and I have to find the inverse using elementary transformation. Okay, so I am using elementary row transformation. Guys, it's easy to use row transformation, so better go with the row transformation. Okay, so the thing is A equals to IA, right? So what is my A matrix? 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 7, 2. Now I'll take identity matrix of 3 cross 3 order. Now, first of all, what I have to do? I have to make my A11 1. First element of first row and first column has to be 1, means this has to be converted to 1. After that, I have to make zeros in the first column. Leaving this element, these two elements has to be made zeros. Okay. So basically what I am doing here, I will write R1 tends to R1 minus R3. Okay. So minus 1 minus 4 minus 1. Okay. 2, 4, 1, 3, 7, 2 will be copied as it is. Now what I am going to do? 1, 0, minus 1, because I have done R1 minus R3. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 will be copied as it is. Okay. Now next to it, what we have to do? Multiply by the minus sign. So R1 tends to minus R1. Okay, so since row 1 is multiplied by minus sign, 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 7, 2 equals to what this will become? Minus 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Now I have to make these two zeros. So what you are going to do? R2 tends to R2 minus 2 R1 and R3 tends to R3 minus 3 R1. Okay. So write it off. R1 will make a change in R3. How? R3 minus 3 R1. So this will become 0. This is 7 minus 12 minus 5. Okay. What this will become? 2 minus 3 minus 1. Now here same change has to be made this side also. So R2 minus 2 R1 means 2. This will become 1. This will become minus 2. Okay. R3 same change has to be made. So 0. So this will become 3. 0. What this will become? 1 minus 3 minus 2. A. Okay. Now next what we have to do? We have to make it 1 and rest of the elements 0. Right. So what I can do? I can subtract these two. Okay. So R2 tends to R2 minus R3. Okay. 1, 0, 0, 4. This will become 1 minus 4 minus or minus 5 plus 5. Okay. 1. This will become 0. What I am getting here? Minus 5 minus 1. Okay. Now next what you are getting here? Minus 1, 0, 1. I am adding R2 minus R3 I am doing. So minus 1, 1, 0, 3, 0, minus 2. A. Is that clear? Now what I have to do? I have to, see I have got here also 0. So I have to make 0 over here. Here also 0. So what I am going to do? I will add these two. Okay. So now R1 tends to R1 plus R3. Minus 1, 1, 0, 3, 0, minus 2, A. Clear? Now what is left for us? We have to make here 0. So this can be done by adding these two. And I have to make 0 over here. And R3 tends to R3 plus 5R2. Okay. R2 will be copied as it is. Now change in R3. So R3 plus 5R2, 0. This is R3 minus 5 plus 5, 0. Minus 1 plus 0, minus 1. Okay. Now make a change in R1. So 1, 1, minus 1. Okay. R2 will be copied as it is. R3 tends to R3 plus 5R2. So R3 plus 5R2. So this will become minus 2. Okay. So 3 minus 5. Okay. This will become 0 plus 5. 5. And this is minus 2 plus 0. So minus 2. And this is A. Now I have a minus sign over here. So what I will do? I will write R3 tends to minus R3. Okay. And this side I will multiply by minus sign. 2 minus 5. I have got I is equal to B A. It means A inverse is equal to B. So basically what is my A inverse? My A inverse for the required matrix is 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1, 1, 0 and 2 minus 5, 2. So this is my required A inverse. Basically what we have done in A inverse of 3 cross 3 matrix, first of all your A11 element should be 1. Okay. After that all the elements of column 1 leaving A11 you should make 0. Once that is done, then make your A22 1 and accordingly all the elements will fall in place and then you can apply your other operations. Today we learned adjoint of a matrix and its theorem, inverse of a matrix, its theorem and algorithm, some useful results on invertible matrices, elementary transformation and theorem and examples.